Hello,
Hello,
welcome back.
thank you. Do you see my screen?
Yes,
When I switch to tabs, do you see the other tab? Oh,
yes.
okay, it's yeah, all fine then. Amelia will join today. Oh, I know that Stefan is not available. Oh,
Yeah, according to the Slack thing, then Amelia is not available either.
okay, then we can start. Okay, welcome to the TOC meeting on 5th of September. We have the usual agenda for today. There is no working group update. So we have the review actions, review PRs, any other business, and yeah. So let's check whether we have action items from last week. I don't see any here. It is in the notes. We can proceed with the RFC, which actually Amelia created. So it was fine. So we are entering the final comment period. So we decided to go for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because of the vacation period, like there weren't that many people. It's not like a really, I believe not really a controversial thing. That's why we started the final comment period.
Mhm.
But yeah, at least have some, give some to all the TOC members a chance to look at it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, it makes sense. So I didn't see any other PRs which need our attention. So we can proceed with any other business then.
Yes, so we have an hour to discuss all the security things we're gonna do.
Yes.
Um,
Can have live implementation of the automation here.
yes. Yeah, I don't know. Like I saw that there was an option to have secret scanning, which seems like a useful thing to do for all our repos. It's currently not enforced. Some repos have it enabled, some don't. We have a button where we can enable it for all. I don't know if they can then turn it off again. So probably need some more investigation, but seems like a useful thing. There's the same for dependency, not dependency check, dependabot alerts. Those can also be turned on. So there's a bunch of security settings that we might want to take a look at. Probably should be an RFC, right?
Yeah, most probably. Have you checked whether we can do this by the tools we use at the moment for the automation?
I haven't looked into that, but I mean, like, there's this enable all button, and there's the automatically enable it for new public repositories.
Yeah.
And there's even push protection, which I think also makes sense, right? So that if you're trying to push a credential that's recognized, you will be rejected. I think that's a pretty useful thing.
Yeah.
My only concern with that is we use something different at CloudGov. We have a little tool that we call caulking that is tied to your local GitHub that does scan for secrets and stuff like that ahead of time. But it has an override so that if you get a false positive hit, you can
Yes.
still commit it. Does this have that kind of override functionality in it or not? Because more than
Yes.
likely there's going to be a false positive.
Yeah, and I mean, there's also valid use cases, right? Like some private repositories that are used for CI purposes sometimes have secrets in them. So yeah, probably need some more investigation. We at least, like, if we're gonna enforce this, or we need to have a communication plan, like on how we're gonna make this everybody aware that this is gonna be enabled, and then have some documentation on how to add exceptions and those types of things.
Yeah, one option would be to be part of the branch protection automation, so that you can.
I see.
Um,
I think it's in a different, like it's in a different section. So
yeah, yes.
of the
Yeah,
settings. So I'm wondering if it's.
No, doesn't fit well with the branch protection. Yeah, correct. I was thinking about.
But
yeah,
yeah, like a reoccurring tool that would, or it's a tool that's checks if it's enabled, like more like that's better than doing it once, right? We probably want to have stronger guarantees that these settings are actually enabled and that the exceptions are documented.
Yeah. It would be better if we can have it by a defined setting in our community repository.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe we can, I think we can do two things here to find out whether this setting is supported by a tool which we can use or by APIs. And we can also ask for feedback whether this makes sense or not. We could ask in the TUC channel, for example.
Yeah, I just don't want to do like a lot of work on an RFC if there's people that are definitely not interested, right? So it's more like I came across this. I didn't know about these features. Like they are adding more and more things to the security tab on GitHub Actions. Apparently, you can also have like whole dashboards to look at all the CVEs across your organization, but we don't have that because we don't have that enterprise type account. But there's more and more interesting features that potentially want to look at.
So then it makes more sense for us to get feedback about how people feel about this before we put any effort.
That's why I put it on the agenda. But okay, I will put it in the private channel then, I guess. Because not all the TLC members are here at this point.
What do you mean?
No, so I put it on the agenda to discuss it here, but like where do you want to now discuss it further? In the TLC private channel, or do you want to discuss it somewhere else? To ask for people's opinions.
I was thinking about the public channel, just
the public channel. Okay,
yes,
yeah, that's also good. Yeah.
And yeah. I was also thinking whether some voting makes sense or just general feedback.
Yeah, but I mean, like voting, I think is more of like when you have an RFC.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can. I'm not sure whether people are following the working the channel, or should we ping the working group leads just for feedback?
Yeah, I think the working group leads would be great to have some feedback from.
Okay, I can take this action item. I will just or Ruben, do you want?
No, I will do some research in the meantime to see if there's some tooling.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Is there anything else? Not according to our working group updates. I think next one should be not next week, but the week afterwards. Okay, so we still have time, and it should be the runtime interface. So the next one I will schedule for 19th of September. So in 2 weeks, will be a runtime interface. Okay, then if there is nothing else, have a nice day or evening, and see you again next week.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.